You're watching KATU News on Digital.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome into today's Digicast. It is Tuesday, May 28th, and we have a big day. I'm in court today. The TriMet Barber is going to be in court. That's why I have our assignment editor, Jeff Kirsch. Jeff, we're so happy to have you here on Digicast.
Good to be here, Noelle.
And I know the TriMet Barber, also known as Jared Walter, he has a pretty long, extensive criminal history, but let's just get into the charges he's facing today.
Sure. So he was arrested last year. He had allegedly broken into a women's restroom at Portland Community College and taken a student's backpack. He tried to deny it, but technology being the way it is, it's an iPhone, so they're able to track it pretty easily. So anyway, he's facing 32 counts of first-degree invasion of privacy, 1 count of theft, another second-degree theft charge. The invasion of privacy stems, he's also accused in 2023 of basically recording several women in restrooms at businesses around Portland. The Loyal Legion pub, I believe, was one of the businesses where this occurred. And so this is going to be an interesting criminal case. The trial started this morning. They're actually in jury selection right now. They're anticipating opening statements sometime this afternoon, possibly around 2. The one thing I'm going to be watching for is, I do think this is an interesting case. You know, he has a rather lengthy criminal history, but one of the reasons he hasn't been in prison that long is several of his offenses aren't what you would consider necessarily violent offenses like rape, but there are several instances of harassing women on TriMet buses, cutting their hair, that sort of thing.
It does seem like all these incidents that he's doing, you know, they do target women, it seems to be. They're all kind of very similar there.
Right, and that's why D.A. Schmidt, he submitted a court filing last year. He wants to put Walter behind prison for life. And so I think that's going to be the interesting decision for the judge is, can you look at all these repeated offenses and say they are serious enough to put him behind bars for life? I think if you asked most people in Portland, especially women who take public transportation,
100%.
Absolutely, he should be put behind bars for life. But the way the criminal justice system works and the way charges are levied, that's going to be an interesting thing to watch.
Yeah, and you mentioned some of his prior convictions, so I did want to bring one of them up. So actually, first, before we do that, though, I want to show you our website, all of our viewers. You can see kind of to the middle in that orange text, KATU tracks the crimes of serial sexual predators. So yeah, there's so many stories. You can see that says across 10 years. If you want a refresher on all of these past convictions, do go to our website. We have really good coverage of that. But another part, this is a story from 2019. I'm going to pull it up there so you can see TriMet Barber gets lifetime ban from buses, Max, after latest arrest. This was actually the first time, Jeff, that TriMet ever gave a lifetime ban. It was back in 2019 to Jared Walter, which I just think is interesting. You know, they've been tracking this man for quite some time there.
They really have. And one other thing that did happen in 2023 as well is he was arrested and charged because he was seen in the area of a Max platform near Providence Park. However, they ended up dropping the charges because they basically said, well, it's a platform that has shared public use. And so technically, he wasn't violating his conditions. You know, I think there could be an argument made that, well, maybe he was violating, but yeah, that particular charge was actually dropped. So, but yeah, he was the first one to receive a lifetime ban. And actually, we've seen over the past several years, more and more incidents surrounding TriMet where other people have gotten lifetime bans as well, and rightfully so. There's a woman caught on video pushing a child onto the train tracks.
They don't give them very often.
Yeah, there's another guy who had part of his face chewing off. I mean, there have been some really frightening things going on. So
yeah, it's important that they have this ability to give lifetime bans. And then, Jeff, talking about the trial today, I know you said they're in jury selection.
Right.
What time did jury selection begin this morning, if you know? I know it was pretty early, right?
Yeah, it was an 8:15 hearing, and in talking to the clerk for Judge Lavin, who's hearing the case, they're hoping to have opening statements around 2 o'clock, and then I'm told This should be a 3 to 4 day jury trial. And again, one of the things the jury will be asked, I would imagine, is how long should he be put behind bars? Some of what was also going on this morning was motion hearings. So I imagine the defense is trying to counter what DA Schmidt is asking for, that lifetime ban. So there's a lot of things that still have to be worked out before the actual opening statements start.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to watch this trial unfold. Of course, we'll be covering this here for KATU. Thank you so much for joining us, Jeff. Jeff is going to go probably make some calls to the court about this story and about just every other story we're working on. So thank you so much. Jeff is the face behind all of these crime stories that you see out there. So thank you. Thank you for being with us, getting your face out to the viewers.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to be here. In case anyone's wondering, I was kind of channeling my inner Bill Walton, honoring him with my tie-dye shirt today. So
there we go.
That was a good way to go.
We like to see it. We're going to talk about another court case right now, though, probably one that Jeff is going to make calls on today. So this is Jesse Calhoun. You see him right there on your screen. We have some new information about him. So a new indictment against Jesse Calhoun shows the dates prosecutors believe he killed 3 women: Charity Perry, Joanna Speaks, and Bridget Webster. Perry was found dead near Ainsworth State Park on April 24th, 2023, but the new indictment says that she was killed around March 8th. It also claims that Calhoun killed Joanna Speaks on March 18th and Bridget Webster on April 26th. KATU spoke with Perry's mother, who says the news is helping her heal.
Obviously explains why I couldn't find her during that time, or like detectives that they know I would have went and got her. I went and got her every other time.
And now that she knows when her daughter may have been killed, Perry's mother plans to change what's written on her headstone. Right now, Calhoun is in custody at the Snake River Correctional Facility for a prior sentence that is going to end on June 7th. Prosecutors say he'll then be transferred to Multnomah County for an arraignment on those charges. Of course, we'll be covering that case as well here at KATU. And then I wanted to get to the latest on a major lawsuit. So this is a lawsuit from 40 vineyards and wineries. They're suing Pacific Power for more than $100 million in damages. So this lawsuit claims that the company could have prevented the massive wildfires in 2020, which the wineries say hurt their grapes and wine. They say the smoke tainted the crop, which led to many of the wineries losing business. KATU spoke with one of those vineyards in the lawsuit, and they said Pacific Corp could have done many things to avoid the wildfire, like shutting off the power, and that is just something we're hearing a lot lately.
It was pretty devastating in that the crop was essentially tainted by the smoke. As you may recall, we had smoke that settled into the Willamette Valley for like 10 days, and it absorbed through the skins of the grapes.
The lawsuit also claims that the company could have removed vegetation that fall in electrical lines that ignite fires. So we are still working to get a response from Pacific Corp. We have reached out to them. Of course, we will bring that to you as soon as we get one. And this is something that has a lot of our viewers talking, and rightfully so. I have never seen anything like this. So I want to show you this video right here. Yeah, this is the whale that washed up on the coast. We talked about it yesterday a bit, but we have some more information. We have some more video. Shelby Slaughter was there yesterday. So here is what happened. Sunday is when this whale was first spotted. On Sunday, NOAA got tipped off about a dead whale floating offshore of Rockaway Beach. It had likely been dead for a few days Sunday. And then yesterday, NOAA confirmed that the whale washed ashore near the North Nehalem jetty. And now scientists there are working to learn how it died. They do say it does give them a good opportunity to learn more about the species, though.
This is a chance to look at a species of wildlife that we don't often see, so we want to take advantage of that and learn as much as we can.
Scientists do say, though, don't get too close to the whale so it can stay undisturbed for research. So, yeah, if you're over there on the coast, just stay away. Also, keep your pets away because they are vulnerable to diseases from the carcass. Scientists say the whale is likely going to remain on the beach for a few days until crews can remove it. So, yeah, just be aware if you're going to the coast, you may see a whale out there. And this morning, the basketball world, they are remembering legendary trailblazer and sports broadcaster Bill Walton. And I mean, just the response that we are getting from viewers for this story, it really shows how much he meant to the Portland community. So Walton died at 71 after battling cancer. He was a 2-time national champion at UCLA. And then after his stint in college, he joined the Portland Trail Blazers in 1974. That is where he began his 13-year NBA career. Of course, we know Walton helped the Blazers secure their only national championship back in 1977. And we spoke to, just some people about Walton. You could talk to anybody in Portland, I think, and they would just say what a great person he is.
It was that championship run in '77 that really defined Portland and Rip City for what it is, which is a unique connection between team and community. And Bill Walton was a leader of that.
And that moment transcended sports. We were all excited about basketball, but we just felt so good about Oregon.
Yeah, and he was known for being a force both on and off the court. He is remembered for his larger-than-life personality. He later took those talents to the TV screen, where he became a sports broadcaster. And then in 1989, the Trailblazers retired his number 32. Truly the loss of a legend here. A lot of people are upset about this. Let's actually bring in Sarah Bagby right now. She's going to do your weather forecast in just a second. But Sarah, you mentioned to me actually that he coached your basketball camp when you were younger.
Yeah, our clinics in the summers.
Tell us
Pretty
about
cool.
it.
So first of all, the first time I ever met him, I was a little girl. We're talking like 12 years old, maybe. I guess that's not so little, but little compared to now.
It is relatively
I was little.
now.
I'm a lot bigger now. And it was actually a Jack Ramsey basketball camp the first time that I met Walton. And it was like he was just sort of a guest kind of thing. And he kind of took us all on. We all wanted to meet him, get autographs. And then the next summer, he had his own clinic.
Oh, that's
really cool.
awesome. That's awesome.
I think it was at Willamette University. It's always at universities for the summer. And man, was he amazing. He helped me with free throws. I remember that very well. He got
Those
me
are
where
not
we would
fun.
over and over and over until we got it just right.
Was he, I mean, you kind of mentioned this earlier, though. She said that nobody could say a bad word about him, and I think a lot of other people have said that.
Yeah, you hear he's eccentric. Well, that's kind of a word you hear a lot about him. I didn't
Portland
see
is
that as a 12
eccentric.
Yeah,
And there's
exactly.
nothing wrong with
I grew
eccentric.
up in Portland, so
Yeah.
to me, he's just like a really friendly, great with kids, generous, wonderful guy. But again, I don't think there's anyone I've ever met that says a bad word about him. So.
And it does show somebody's personality, working with kids, helping them. So it's just great.
Yeah, he's a great guy. So kind of sad, about it. But he did leave behind quite a legacy, and everyone has only the best to say. So that's kind of cool.
100%. And Sarah, let's get to the weather. That is why we brought Sarah here. It's so great that you had that information right there, though. It's good to learn about that.
Yeah, it's a coincidence, huh? And as far as the weather goes, this is such a mixed bag this week. So we're starting to get some of that rain today. You might have noticed it was really light this morning. It's probably going to be light tonight too, but we're not looking at a completely dry day. It's just that clouds. If you see a sunbreak, be excited because it's mostly clouds. Then we have those sunbreaks coming out for the rest of the week. But the big question is what's going to happen Sunday night into Monday, because there is another rain system coming in. It's a lot heavier. But we don't know if it's actually going to stay north of us in Seattle and that kind of area, or if it's actually going to hit us. So at least we're staying dry until the weekend. I am pretty sure by Friday we're going to know what's happening with that system. So we'll let everyone know what's happening for the Timbers game. All
right, and that's some good news because there are some weekend events. Actually, Sarah, there's a birthday. Do you know whose birthday it is?
I know there's a few, but Rhonda's a big one.
Actually, happy birthday to Rhonda Shelby. Happy birthday.
That's the big one to me.
I don't know if she wants people to know, though. I think that was a secret. No, I'm just kidding. It's probably on Facebook.
Birthday, Rhonda. She's been celebrating all week because her husband's out of town today. So I feel like her birthday lasts all week.
Oh, Rhonda's birthday can last all month. It can last as long as she wants it to. But this weekend, though, Oaks Park is going to turn 119. Yeah, we're looking ahead to that.
That's kind of old when you think about it. An old skating rink, a fair, a meeting ground. And also Oaks Park's so relevant right now. You just had the Multnomah County Fair there, which was awesome. And then to be celebrating Oaks Park is pretty cool. I know that I grew up skating there, and I do roller derby. So I would say Oaks Park is a big influence in my life.
Yeah, so that's going to be this weekend. It's going to start at noon, run till 7. We have some more information on our website. But you can get 20% off ride bracelets, free cake and balloons. You do need to buy tickets online for that discount, though,
the
Sarah.
discount.
Coupon code is 119 years with no spaces. Very specifically, no spaces.
119
Yeah,
years.
119 years.
Okay,
Yes,
so do that
yes.
online and get your discount. That's worth it.
100%. And the next story this morning, all right, I love this. A cat kind of got himself into an unusual situation here. So, oh wow, that is loud. Let's turn that down. But yeah, I mean, hearing that, you realize all the tools that they had to use to
They used a lot of
get
tools.
that cat out. Yeah, so this cat is stuck in what appears to be a wheel. So this is Cowlitz 2 Fire and Rescue. They say the owner believes the cat named Blue was chasing something yesterday afternoon when he got his head caught in the center of a spare wheel. Yeah, I know. Look, he's cute though. He's okay.
A veterinarian who lived nearby actually came over to help and gave them a little medicine to calm the cat down while they did this work because, you know, all the loud sounds around. They literally were sawing this wheel to get him out.
And it's so convenient that there was a veterinarian like
Right.
right nearby with the medicine.
It's like
But
the
yeah,
olden days, you know, when the firemen came and got your cat out of the tree.
rescue
It's
your
just
cat from
out
the
of a
tree.
wheel.
It's great though that he's
Yeah.
Blue is doing well. Everything is
Happy
doing great.
story. I
yeah,
like that one.
we always want to end with a good story there. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.
This has been a K2 News Digicast. K2 News is on your side.